Hey guys, what is up? Mini Dude Animations here, and I'm bringing you another behind the scenes. I think people liked the last one I did, so I figured I'd do another one, and I personally like doing them myself. So this behind the scenes is going to be on the Minecraft Real World fire animation, which I believe is the last one I posted. And so I'm just going to kind of be talking about what goes on that you don't see in the final video. So as you can see, this is the scene. These are all my objects, and these are my textures. I don't have that many. So first off, I guess, the image I just got from Google Images, and I kind of put it on the background so you can see everything. And it might be a little odd looking, but what's happening here is that if I get rid of this image here, then you can kind of, let's see what's happening. Not the environment, there we go. So you can kind of see, what am I supposed to do here? Oh, I know what to do. Okay, I'll just delete this. Okay, so what you can kind of see here is that I had to kind of recreate the environment here. Like, I kind of had to recreate that center island and these benches back here, and there's like a rock here, and the floor and everything. Reason being is because, like, otherwise, there'd be no shadows. Because Cinema 4D, the program I use, doesn't know, oh, well, in this picture, this is the floor, so you cast shadows here. It doesn't know that, so you kind of have to create a object for it to cast shadows on. And so with this image here, I overlaid it to where the objects kind of cast it wherever it is. So let's see here. What did I? Oh, I see. Let's see. Oh, control. There we go. Okay, so this is what you see. It's pixely here, but that's just because there's an image there and it doesn't come out in the final render. But I can play the animation here. It's pretty simple, and like what actually I did. If you see here in the video, he's walking behind these bushes right here. But I used Adobe Photoshop and Premiere Pro to make it look like he's walking behind those bushes and stuff. And so, I kind of had to estimate where stuff was, land on the objects so it would cast shadows on them. And so you can see I just have a fire rig here that's going the whole time. And I just animated him on this whole surface, and then I had to figure out lighting and stuff, which is these 5 lights right here contributed a lot to, how realistic it was with the shadows and everything, because lighting is a big part of this kind of real world stuff. And so we can render something if you, so you can kind of see stuff. Like I can show you a render without shadows. Let's go right there. I can show you a render without shadows. Or sorry, not without lights. That's dumb, but without shadows. So what I can just do here is only one of these lights actually cast shadows. So I can turn the shadows to none, and let's see what happens. Alright, so it's done rendering, and as you can see, there's no shadows under the guy or anything here. So it looks kind of realistic, but not super realistic, because obviously everything in the world casts shadows. And so you can kind of see, like, I made objects along this, so it casting shadows on top of here, floor. I made this whole ring so that when he's kind of over it and stuff, it casts shadows onto it. And this is the rock I was talking about that casted shadows. I don't know if it ever casted shadows on it, but it was just kind of a precaution. And so let me render it real quick with shadows so you can see the difference. It's done rendering. And you can see that it has shadows now. Like, you can see the shadow behind him, because that's the way the light is pointing. You can see the shadows behind him on that rock there and on the ground and stuff. And it wasn't there before, and it definitely looks more realistic in my opinion, because just like I said, everything casts shadows and it kind of looks weird if it doesn't. So that's one way I made it look more realistic. And this is like a static image, and I just I just animated over it. So that's kind of most of the basics of it. Let's go out of that. And yeah, so let's see here. You can see the environment once more. Just kind of that little fire pit, this rock here, which I don't think many shadows got casted onto it, but that's kind of how it works sometimes. But then this all right here was that kind of rock chair behind it, and the fire is actually right there, and the rig is I could say a little bit about the rig. I made some of the kind of clothing 3D and the beard 3D, which I thought kind of created a cool effect. It was kind of a small thing to notice, but I feel like it ended up looking good in the end. And that's the camera. It just stays there the whole time because it's just a static image. So if I move around, it'll put the objects in a different place, and it'll look all messed up. In the future, I might try to take multiple pictures, and try to like move the camera around and stuff to give it a little more interaction, I guess. But so here we are in Adobe Premiere where I edit everything, and so I can show you some of the sounds and how I edited some of the stuff. So I have the whole intro with the loading screen. Well, that sounds odd. And then the outro. Let me turn that down a little bit. But so over here I have some of this. I had to import all these sounds. The intro, outro, loading stuff. And the actual animation. And so, like I had said before, this is actually the piece right here that appears like over here. You can see that it's behind it. That's because I selected it in Photoshop, moved it in here, moved it to the right place, and it looks like he's behind it. So that's how I did that. And then through here, I added all the sounds, like him walking on the grass. That's a lot of it. And I had the fire sounds going through the whole thing as well. And then, all the sounds. And then I had him touch the fire and had some blowing sounds while he was shaking his hand to give it a little more realism. And also him blowing on his hand. But, and then he says again, and then he jumps in the fire because, and then he says ow, but he jumps in the fire because he's a caveman, and they're kind of stupid, I guess. But oh whoops, didn't mean to mess that up. But yeah, that's what's in here. I don't know if there's much else to show you. I mean, these are all my sounds. I got these sounds from Minecraft, obviously, and then I have like sounds I got off the internet, and this is my actual last animation, which I used in my outro, right, because to show the previous episode playing there. Yeah, so that's about it. I hope you all liked it, and first off, I'm sorry for not posting in a while. There's just been a lot of things going on, and I haven't been working on much, but I am almost done with an animation that I'll probably post in probably about a week from when I post this up, maybe less. And so I want to give hints about about it and stuff, but I shouldn't spoil it for you guys, so it can be more enjoyable. But yeah, I'm looking forward to posting it. I hope you are all looking forward to watching it. So thank you all for watching. I hope you liked it, and I hope you like any future videos I post. So I guess I'll see you all later. Bye.